Poor bloke just got nailed by the cops. But I was going for a walk tonight because I'm doing my dopamine detox, cutting out all audiobooks, all Spotify, YouTube, and anything else that could distract me, social media, and kind of detoxing from all of that to drop my dopamine levels back down to normal levels. And one thing that I was thinking about, because I'm like, why would I read a book if all that information is already out there on ChatGPT? If ChatGPT is trained with all that data, it's basically seen all the information to ever exist. Why would I spend my time reading a book? Why wouldn't I just go to ChatGPT and type in my question? How do I get good at business? How do I lose weight? How do I run farther? How do I become more like David Goggins? And the reason why you can't do that and why it doesn't work is because a book is basically, it's like the nervous system of the person writing it. The person who wrote that, like, the author has a nervous system. They have a certain way of thinking about it. And when they commit those words to paper, their nervous system and part of themselves is being committed to that paper. And for, turn it light on so I can see where I'm going. When that gets committed to paper, because we have mirror neurons, and this is talked about in the book Mastery by Robert Greene, our mirror neurons, when we read their book, we actually start thinking the way they think. And if we do this enough, we start picking up on their patterns. We start thinking like they think. And this is the importance of a book. If you ask ChatGPT, how do I run farther? It's going to give you a list of a couple of things, but it doesn't have a nervous system. It doesn't know, it can't think. You can't match your mirror neurons to ChatGPT. A great example of this is, I'm starting to switch arms, I'm getting a little tired. Let's see. There we go. Hopefully I'm still in focus. All right, a great example of this would be, so this is a good example of what I was looking for before for a book. If you read Kobe Bryant's, I'm assuming Kobe Bryant has a book talking about basketball because you want to become the best player there's ever been. If you look at that and you're like, hey, let's see, what is Kobe's thoughts? Like, ChatGPT, please summarize this up for me. And it's like, practice every day. I mean, I might actually do this for a future video, so stay tuned. I'll actually ask ChatGPT this, but it's like, practice every day, work hard. I mean, you already knew that. Like, that's not new knowledge to you, but the purpose of reading the book isn't that. The purpose of reading the book is to have the 200 or so pages of actual thoughts from Kobe Bryant's head. And if you read that enough times, you'll start thinking the way he thinks. And that's where the value of the book comes from. He's not saying anything new. He's not saying anything revolutionary, but the way he puts it together in his mind is what you want. You want that Black Mamba mentality. You want that killer instinct that Kobe has, which made him so successful. And that's why you're going to look at the book. And then go read the book itself. And when you read the book itself, you understand it on such a deeper level because you pick up on the way the author thinks. And you can't get that through the summary. You can't get that through looking at the Spark Notes on it. You're literally trying to have something in the middle. So the author wrote the book using his nervous system, and a part of his nervous system is imprinted on that. And you can pick that up by reading it, and you can start modeling some of your nervous system off of that. But when you have ChatGPT playing middleman, ChatGPT doesn't have a nervous system. So you're not going to get the benefits of being able to model the author's nervous system. You're just going to get the information without the full understanding of it. And I hope this video comes out semi-decent, but I'm literally using a flashlight right now on my walk and talking into a very bright flashlight on my phone, and I can barely see anything. So stay present, stay awake, and enjoy life, man. Peace out. Okay, so like with most videos, the moment I put the phone down, a new idea pops into my head. And I talk a lot about energy on this channel, energy, the vibe. If you just look at the ChatGPT summary, you don't get the energy level of the author. You don't get the understanding of where their mind is at, because you pick up on these more subtle things. And to give the analogy of body language, if I just gave you a summary of a person, what words they said, you wouldn't know what emotions were behind that. And there's a great video on YouTube talking about it, and it's like a joke video, but it's saying like how in a court case, when they read the transcript back to the judge, depending on the tone of voice the author uses, you can make it sound so much worse than it actually is. And I'll see if I can find that, if I can link it down below. But similar to body language and how that plays such an important role in understanding the communication being said, you can't get what I would call the body language of the text, the author's word choice, the energy of his being. You can't feel the speed at which he's writing, if the text is more frantic, if the text is more relaxed. You can tell that by his use of words, but ChatGPT isn't going to pick up on that. And that deeper sense of meaning and that deeper body language, when you pick up on that, you're also using that to engrave yourself into the nervous system. Like you're part of the author's nervous system is put into that part of the book, and is what makes the writing uniquely his. And when you read that, you start training your nervous system to think in the same way, because you want to learn what the author knows. And when ChatGPT summarizes it for you, it doesn't pick up on the type of writing style. It can't transfer that deeper knowledge to you. You're not reading a couple hundred words or 3 hours of... If the audiobook is 12 hours long, it's a process of spending those 12 hours to train your brain to think like the author thinks. If the book is 300 pages, that's 300 pages of training to mirror the way the author thinks. And you cannot get that through a ChatGPT summary. You can't get that through an answer or question you ask ChatGPT. And this was a realization I had on this walk, where I'm like, I've been wondering, why would I read books? Like, they take so much time to get through, when I could just ask ChatGPT questions and have it give me an answer and use that. And it hit me, it's because I'm not understanding the book on these deeper levels that I didn't even realize existed until I started this detox. And this is one of the insights I've had. Hopefully this makes sense, and I know I'm rambling a little bit, but that's because while I'm talking to you, I'm thinking through this and I'm actually understanding it myself, which is how new this realization has been to me. And like always, enjoy life. Peace out. If you made it this far in the video, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Do you agree with this? How could you expand this idea further? Or is there anything that I left out?